How would you describe the last 6, 7 months? Is there a way that you can describe this?
I I tell it to our parents all the time. We've been on an odyssey. We've with no destination in sight. We don't know where Allison is going to take us, and we've been very fortunate that we've been able to stay busy and stay active. She lived life a million miles an hour. We're just trying to match that tempo as best we can because that is what helps us in our grief.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about Allison?
Her smile. I mean, it, it's intoxicating. And I never really thought in a million years I'd have a chance. And then at the holiday party, we came together. But it was so much more than that. It was her sense of humor. She was goofy. She was a nerd. She was a calculus tutor. So she had all of this beauty, but she had brains and she had a sense of humor that I fell in love with almost instantly.
Did you think you'd be with her forever?
Oh, yeah. I hoped from the very moment that I went on a date with her, I hoped that I would be with her together forever.
Were you planning on getting married?
We talked about it.
Ironically, you've become closer to Allison's parents with her gone than with her here.
There came a point where I realized that I'm probably going to have a much more vivid relationship with more memories with her parents and her brother than I will with Allison. And it's very, very hard for me to take. But I feel the closest to her when I'm with them, and they have told me the same.
Almost immediately, Allison's parents decided they were going to take action, and they wanted to see certain changes in gun laws. How did you feel? When did they tell you that was, particularly Andy, that he was going to make that his mission?
It was that day.
That day.
He was a pissed off dad that day, and he's been pissed off ever since. And her mom is the exact same way. It was almost immediate that they wanted to speak out, whether anyone would listen or not.
Chris, up to that point, had gun regulation, gun ownership, Second Amendment been much more than just an issue you covered as a journalist? Had it been something you had felt strongly about, passionately about?
I've tried to not really take a stance on so many of these issues. My brother has a lot of guns. There is a shotgun still to this day that's in our bedroom that my brother gave me. I've gone to the range and shot his semi-automatic rifle. Allison shot rifles and pistols, and I'm not an advocate. For me, my survivor's mission, my honoring Allison through action, is to try to tell her story, is to try to have her be known to as many people who want to know her, and to continue to be a storyteller.